And the next candidate is Councillor Noel DiBona. Many of you know well Councillor DiBona. He's an at-large councillor in the city of Quincy, and he is running for Registrar of Probate. Welcome tonight, Councillor. How are you? Welcome.
How are you? How you doing?
Very well, thank you. We appreciate you participating in our meet and greet, and the floor is yours for 15 minutes. So introduce yourself, tell us why you're running. What I will let you know, Nolan, is prior to the beginning, I did explain to our members exactly what the responsibilities and the term and the pay are for a registrar of probate. So they do have an understanding as to what the job entails, and if you'd like to take it from there, go right ahead. The floor is yours.
Good. Thank you, Quincy Democrats, for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Noel DiBona. I'm running for Registrar of Probate, Norfolk County. I humbly ask for your vote. I have been a city councillor at large for the last 5 years. On my third consecutive term at large. I'm a former school committee member here in Quincy. I was a health, transportation, and safety subcommittee chair. I've been a small business owner for the last 24 years, managing and organizing day-to-day operations, customer relations, bookkeeping, and hiring employees. Over the last 4 years, it's been a great experience working at the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office. I've played a couple roles over there, working with children, working with seniors, and working with inmates. In 2016, my first year, I was a senior youth coordinator at the Youth Leadership Academy in Braintree. I taught team building, anti-bullying, and positive decision-making for 6th grade, 7th, and 8th grade over the summer, and then during the spring and fall months, we had the high school students. All the children from 28 towns and cities throughout Norfolk County would come to the camp. It was a great experience. I rolled into another role with working with seniors, traveling throughout Norfolk County, 28 towns and cities, as a senior community service coordinator, giving presentations on scam and fraud preventions at the senior housings and councils on agings throughout the county. That was a great experience. And then working inside the jail, the Dedham House Correction, with inmates has been a great experience. Reentry coordinator, facilitating access to jobs and housing and resume building, so our inmates can successfully return to our communities. I presently am in that role right now, and a lot of the issues that we work with some of the inmates are some of the same issues going on at the probate and family court, just on the other end of it sometimes. So I've also been a volunteer youth sports coach for the last 15 years. And I was a volunteer driver and delivery person for seniors during the COVID-19 pandemic. I knew I had to help out the community, and I did Meals on Wheels for the South Shore Elder Services. My platform, and the reason why I'm running, I've dedicated my life to working with others, helping people, helping families. I come from a divorced family. At the age of 12, my parents divorced, so I know what it feels like personally. And I want to give the same experiences that I've gone through back to other families and children and parents, so grandparents, and give that same empathy, and compassion in the experience that I had. My platform for running is I want to increase access. I want to promote satellite locations throughout Norfolk County. Obviously, stay within the budget, because I know at the sheriff's office, it's the budgetary cuts right now. And I know there's going to be, with the COVID-19 pandemic, it's going to be difficult to add positions and add stuff to the payroll, to the budget. So we're going to have to do it fiscally conservative here. Improve electronic filing is my second platform. I want to make it more efficient, less paper, and more efficient for people. They don't need to travel into the Canton location, and for attorneys to make it easier for them. I want to expand the Lawyer of the Day program that's already existing. I've talked about this for other town committees throughout Norfolk County in the last month or so. I want to increase access and increase some multilingual languages. Cantonese, Mandarin, Spanish, and Portuguese seem to be the top 4 languages that others are using, or secondary to English, that is being spoken at the probate and family court. There's other languages. We'd like to get some translators and expand on that. If they can't come into the facility and come into Canton because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we can do it via Zoom this way. I'd like to have volunteers, people doing Lawyer of the Day that speak other languages that can help out. We can do it on timetable like we did tonight with 6:50. We could have a scheduled appointment where someone could translate the information. I think that's very, very helpful. I know I want to bring that to the Probate and Family Court as your next Register of Probate. Some of the things I learned at the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office, I want to bring over to the Register of Probate, Norfolk County, at the Probate and Family Court. Protecting our seniors. I did scam and fraud preventions, and I want to do more outreach programs for, protecting our seniors with scams for their wills and assets. I know that's been a proactive approach to things. If we can't go into the facilities, we can do it via Zoom. We can do it remotely and get groups to go on like we're doing tonight with different people. I also want to make it affordable. Some folks are not going to be able to afford an attorney or a lawyer for assistance. We got to make sure that we have services in place for people that don't have the funds to come up with, to have some type of pro bono type of services. Expand on that Lawyer of the Day. And implement collaborative programming as my last platform, is to develop partnerships with nonprofit organizations for all children, including those with special needs. I know there's funding out there that's in place that we can piggyback off of. And, like I said before, being from a divorced family, I know I want to reach out to those children and help them out. I know it was a very confusing situation growing up. I had to obviously find my way. I became an elected official, did a lot of community service work, and I guess I could say I turned out okay thus far. So I think other children going through these situations need some type of counseling. I know in the beginning stages of a divorce, most of the two significant others that are breaking up or divorcing may not want to be in a cordial room together, but over time, as the process heals and you have children involved, you could have counseling, maybe with the other significant other. I know those are things that I want to bring to the table as your next Register of Probate. Why am I personally running for this position? I feel with my managerial background as a small business owner, my experience as an elected official for the last 7 years in Quincy, representing over nearly 100,000 residents, and having the experience at the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office gives me a well-rounded resume to help out people, and to understand what they're going through with the integrity and compassion and empathy of their situations. That is pretty much my platform. I humbly ask for your vote on September 1st. You can vote by mail. You can vote early starting on this Saturday at North Quincy High School and then City Hall. I've been saying a lot of town halls lately because Quincy's the only city in Norfolk County. All the rest of them are towns. So that I'd like to open up to any questions that you may have. I'm looking forward to know a lot of you personally that are on here tonight. I will continue to be an advocate of people, and I open up to everybody, and I humbly ask for your vote on September 1st. Thank you.
Okay, so as a reminder to everyone, either raise your hand in the participants box or put a message in the chat. And so our first question is from Danielle Kemp.
Hello, Councillor DiBona, and I apologize
Hello.
if you hear my 2.5-year-old Happy crying in the background. She's watching her favorite show. So very impressed by hearing you tonight. You might know I'm a nonprofit professional background. I'm a fundraiser. So I heard a lot about increasing Lawyer of the Day, and that's an awesome goal. But specifically, how would you do that? And also, I've asked the other candidates, and just to be fair, you know I'm a disability rights activist. I also ask about accessibility at the courthouse, both physically getting there, which is ridiculous, and once you're there, if you need interpretation services, for example, if you're deaf.
Well, the lawyer of the day right now is set up where, and I've gone into the probate and family court and sat down with some of the lawyers that are coming in daily. They come in and they give free services for the day, and they schedule a person. I want to expand on allowing folks that speak other languages to come in. Maybe we can have a scheduled, if somebody speaks another language, we can schedule that time frame ahead of time to have people come in. Maybe they come in at the wrong time. We can get right on Zoom right there in front of them inside the probate and family court inside Canton. And we could put them on Zoom right there and go, guess what? I have somebody that's lined up for you for the next 10 minutes or 15 minutes to give you some advice and help you translate the language that English is your second language. You don't understand it. So I would like to set up where we have a speed dial and we can get on right like this. If we so happen to have an appointment that, or they come in and they don't have that language, we can get right on Zoom right now. The COVID pandemic has opened up the doorway for a lot of different avenues of communication. Zoom has really boomed, and I think we need to expand on it. I think it's an easy service that doesn't cost much funding. It doesn't add to the budget. So I want to increase the multilingual, expanding the lawyer of the day. If that answers your questions, I know you talked a little bit about accessibility. Mm-hmm. A little bit like what we do here for seniors is we have a bus that goes around, and maybe we can have some type of shuttle service. I'd like to expand on the satellite locations. I know that Quincy, it's in Canton, so it's right in the middle of the Norfolk County. You got folks that live down in Franklin. You got folks that live up in Brookline and Needham. Maybe we can spread out into 3 satellite locations, maybe Quincy, Franklin, and Needham, and then allow maybe a shuttle service if we have to. We got to get past this COVID-19 pandemic situation and how we can be on the bus together and all these different avenues and if it's going to spike. So these are all unknowns. These are what I say is if everything can go back to some type of normalcy. And I don't know if that's going to happen in the near future or in the next year. I want to get moving right away on these programs. If elected, I'd like to install a lot of these collaborative programming that you're talking about, that you do, developing the partnerships on top of the role of being the Registrar of Probate, which is your day-to-day operation, your scheduling, your go-betweener between judges, attorneys, and clients. But above and beyond the services that I learned at the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office traveling around is free. And I could be able to do that myself, not add another person to the budget, but do it myself and do a little bit more outreach. If we can't do it that way, and it's, I need to be inside the office, I can do it via Zoom. We can go on to different TV stations like QATV. I know a lot of the local towns have their own TV stations. We can do it via that. Kind of like what Bruce Ayers does for on our QATV. Very similar outreach that I could do as a Registrar of Probate. If that has answered your question, I hope I did.
It did. I wish their lawyers existed. My background's domestic violence fundraising. And as you know from working in the sheriff's office, there's never enough people who will do the work for free. So I appreciate your answer, though. Thank you so much, Councillor.
Thank you, Danielle.
Okay, so again, please raise your hand. And I mean that digitally, not on the screen, not like raising your hand in person, or put a message in the chat. I do remember who asked questions last time too, so I can call on you.
Okay, and with that being said, Noel has about 1:40 left. So if we don't have any further questions, I'd love to give him the opportunity for his closing remarks.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. If there's any other information that you would like to know, you can go to my website, noeldibona.com. Also, I've been endorsed by 18 local unions for this race. I've been a local leader with helping over the last couple times with strikes and lockouts, the strike of Verizon, the strike of the Stop and Shop workers. and the lockout of the national grid gas workers, so Boston gas workers. So I've been very fortunate to have a relationship with them, and I will continue to do that as your Register of Probate. So with that, I'd just like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight and setting this up. And I have to go over to Dedham in about 2 minutes and go over with them. So I want to thank everybody for allowing me to speak tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Noel. You're most welcome. And timing is everything. So I'm glad we got this in short order, and you had the fair amount of time, your 15 minutes, and say hi to our friends in Dedham. And best of luck. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.